Doug Kyed here on Radio Row at Super Bowl 50 with John Pollard from the Real Football Network. John, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
One of the first things I want to talk to you about as far as analytics goes, Tom Brady, a lot has been made of his deep ball accuracy. What have you kind of seen when you've dove into that a little bit?
Well, we actually chart plays. We chart every NFL play. We have over 188 data points that we collect for every single play. Obviously, a lot of those data points have to do with the offensive game and the passing game, in particular for quarterbacks. In the game, in terms of Tom's game, we've seen just a lot more frequency that Josh McDaniels is throwing in the short range, 0 to 10 yards. That's what Tom's throwing a lot of balls, obviously, to Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, even Brandon LaFell, and then hitting Rob Gronkowski more on the 11 to 20 yard range, stretching the field. So his frequency's gone down. His accuracy hasn't gone down that much. It's just the frequency is happening more in the 0 to 10 yard range.
Absolutely. And you've been doing analytics work for quite a while, and it seems to be kind of picking up in the NFL right now. Obviously, the Browns hired an analytics guy to be kind of their personnel guy. How have you seen analytics kind of grow in the NFL?
Well, I think the term analytics in general can be a bit of a red herring.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's not just tables, numbers, and graphs and spreadsheets. It's taking all the quantifiable information about the game and organizing it so the team can actually derive as much value from it as possible. There are statistics, and then there's analytics, the knowledge you derive from all those numbers. When you take that and combine numbers along with film study, it makes the teams much more efficient and effective with their time, and they can zone in on very specific areas of the game, whether it be team strategy or overall player development. And so analytics is not going away. The use of mathematics and technology is growing more and more. But I think teams, in particular New England Patriots, are one of those teams that I would qualify as leading edge in terms of using information and technology to the best of their ability.
That is interesting because Belichick has kind of publicly eschewed analytics a little bit, but what have you kind of seen them doing with those stats and with those figures?
Well, I really buy into the Patriots' philosophy as an organization. It's not analytics just in terms of numbers. It's just driving more informed decision making, being much more effective and efficient with time. And not saying that you need subject matter expertise in terms of football and coaching. Marry that with the numbers, use that with film study, and somehow communicate in a very effective way to the players and through the coaching staff. And again, I think the Patriots organization's philosophy is exactly right. Numbers and analytics and statistics, that's an ingredient in the overall idea. It's an ingredient that's now important. You have to have it. To ignore it, I think, would be foolhardy right now. But nevertheless, you don't necessarily want to drive your entire organization and all your decisions purely based off of numbers and mathematics.
Absolutely. And on the Real Football Network, what should we be kind of looking out for in the future there?
Well, we really try to do all the philosophy we were just talking about. We try to take numbers and analytics and take similar types of reports and breakdowns that I work with NFL and college football teams and present it to the fans so they can get a closer look at the game, and also through the lens of how coaches themselves and players themselves are looking at the game in much more detail. So we do provide lots of graphics, lots of visualizations, and hopefully draw a picture or a painting around the game that brings them closer and again gets them a feel for what teams are actually doing on a day in, day out basis during the season.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, John. And for more coverage from the Super Bowl, go to NESN.com.